Welcome to episode 35 of the Realty Talk with
Ellie.
and Galen. The SD card said it wasn't working, so we wanted to make sure it was working, but I think it is good now, so you guys will actually hear this. I told Ellie that the top 10 episodes, this is between Realty Talk and the Galen Trombley Show, the 8 out of the top 10 are Realty Talk.
That's crazy.
Which is good because it's just good. But I think that because we like talking about real estate,
Yeah.
and I think people are listening, which is cool. And I think people are actually listening not locally, which is cool.
That's even cooler.
Yeah, so it's spreading out, spreading like wildfire. Ellie, give us any kind of good update, anything new, exciting?
I have a closing next Monday.
Number 3, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, 3 out of 12 that I wanted.
Well, what did I say? What did I say at the beginning of the year?
You said 6.
6. So you're almost halfway to my goal.
I'm not even just 6.
That's all right. You're almost my halfway goal, which is, again, folks, like I said, real estate is not the easiest thing to get into in year 1, and Ellie's been doing extremely well. And
with my 3.
I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with that. It's good.
But yeah,
Is that your USDA direct one?
No, that one. I'm actually pretty sure that one's been going quite well. So I think the appraisal's coming in. Provided the appraisal goes well, I do not think there will be any other hiccups. Because it's an estate and, well, anyways, it's been going surprisingly well, and my client is really amazing and willing to jump through all the USDA hoops.
I think as long as clients are reasonable, and I had this conversation this morning, and I said that as long as everybody's trying to do this same exact deal, we're all trying to go to the same point, is we want to transfer the property over to somebody.
Yeah.
And as long as everybody's cool with that, which everybody is, we're all working for the same goals, just work together.
Yeah.
Don't try to,
Don't be skeevy.
Well, that, and don't try to one up somebody or get something on the buyer or get something on the seller, or, if you have agents or attorneys or people that have big egos, it's we're all trying to do the same thing. Let's just work amicably and try to get that done.
It's a team sport, not a single player.
So it's just something that always bothers me. But I think as long as, like I said, the clients are reasonable and just understand that it is a long process and there's a lot of moving parts. And my friend Philip, who was on he was on the Galen Trombley Show, which if you guys want, he's a very good realtor out western New York, and he said a good line. He goes, attorneys and lenders do not work for me. Attorneys and banks and stuff like that, which makes sense. We're trying to get everything done, but we're everybody's moving and we're trying to get things organized and done. But there's a lot of people that we rely on.
Yeah.
If I could just close deals, it'd be great. I would make sure the deals close fast. But there's people that we have to rely on, and they are also working on multiple deals. And it's just things have to kind of keep slowly working the way to the finish line, and they will.
You have to stay on top of it too, because it's easy, I think, for some people to close or get something under contract and then just kind of, all right, on to the next thing, and you have to stay on top, stay in communication with people about what's going on.
And the hard part, as luckily we talked about in the last episode, Nicole works here and she's our closing coordinator, and she's very on the ball. And my thing is I just don't have enough time in the day. That's why we have her, because I'm running around doing a bunch of stuff, and like I said, right now I have the most homes pending that I've ever had in my career. But in order to do all that, I need Nicole. I can't close those all on my own, or otherwise literally I would do nothing all day long. I would just be working on closing deals, and then all of a sudden once they close, okay, now I can start helping other people buy homes.
Yeah.
So we have it set up that way, but there's a lot going on, and one of my things I've always tried to really pay attention to is figure out how can we improve communication. And that's something I'm constantly working on, and most clients are very good. There's some clients that reach out quite often, and we're always trying to figure out how can we combat that, where if they're calling for follow-up, how do we almost be too proactive on follow-up, or not follow-up, but updates and stuff. But again, real estate is, and I think today's day and age, people want things quick, and I'm well, some updates realistically are 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, depending on where we're on the process. So some, I try to tell people hey, we won't know anything for 2 weeks, minimum 2 weeks. We're waiting on an appraisal to come back. We have this or that going on. And, if they call in a week, it's guys, remember the conversation a week ago, but you know, people are excited, they want to move in, and you know, and I'm also sympathetic to that too, that people looking for updates are, you know, just more probably excited to move, and it's stressful. I mean, you're moving and it's talking about coordinating and logistics of getting to this house and to that house, but
right now, just because, you know, I'm not as busy as you are with real estate stuff, I try, if I have something under contract, to talk with them at least once a week and just say, you know, check in and say, how you doing? Do you have any questions? This is what we're waiting on right now. This is where we are.
That's, one a week's like my bare minimum I try, and it's the same as I try to reach out. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Like, sometimes I can here and there, but Nicole's been the one, a lot of times it's just like, hey Nicole, can you reach out to them? It's not that I don't want to, it's just I literally don't have time to make a couple extra calls.
You're doing 3 people's work right now.
Well, yes, I'm wearing a lot of different hats right now, but I'm, like the sales part, that's like that's my, like what I excel at. Like all the paperwork and like, I can do it, but it's not gonna be done as quick, because if I'm doing all that stuff, which is what most agents do, I just can't do it. But if I can go out and just help people buy and sell, like I want to put all my energy into that and negotiating, getting, you know, your offer accepted and finding a home. And then Nicole is extremely good at the rest of the stuff. And I trust, like, you don't want me doing all that. You want her to do it, because she's gonna be doing a much better. I say she's much more efficient and quicker than what anything I would be able to do. So that's definitely a benefit of that. I mean, do you want to just talk about follow-up today?
What we've been doing got to our topics yet.
We had some topics. I just don't want to stay too late. But
we'll just stick with follow-up.
So the follow-up idea. So we'll scratch this and we'll put it to next week. So cliffhanger. But no, the follow-up thing is, and a friend told me this a while ago. He said that an outbound call takes 2 minutes, an inbound call takes 20. Now there's a little exaggeration on that, but it's not far off. Meaning, if somebody calls me asking for an update, it could easily be 10, 15, 20 minutes. And a lot of it is just, you're repeating yourself multiple times, or if you can be proactive and say, hey, listen, this is for the follow-up, and you're kind of catching them on their toes, be like, oh, okay, great, cool.
And usually they're busy, so they're not going to try and hang on to you.
Exactly, because you're calling them on your time. So that's kind of a productivity hack, and I've tried to do that, and again, that's one of my goals. We're always working at this, and I have a couple things I'm working on now that I think are lacking in our company, but I think the real estate industry too, and I'm trying to work on those. Because the good thing is, as I've been doing this more, I find more inefficiencies within not just like myself or the office, but like just, I mean, real estate in general in our area, I think is behind the times in certain aspects, and there's certain things that I'm trying to almost try to put into play, make it more commonplace versus, going to, doing, I guess, extra work or things that are just not efficient. Like, we only have so many hours in the day, so I'm very big on trying to pack as much as I can in, but not try to minimize my time wasting. I'll pick on Phil again. Phil, I know you're listening, shout out, buddy. But he said that, like, over there, like, one of the things they do is they go to appraisals and home inspections.
Yeah.
I've never been to an appraisal in my life. Like, full disclosure, 9 years in, I've never been.
Yeah.
And home inspections, the way I look at home inspections, I can go sit around for 2.5 to 3 hours at a home inspection, but to me, it's on the buyer. So the buyer, have the buyer go to the home inspection, meet the home inspector, because it really comes down to the buyer's expectations. If the buyer looks at the report, it's like, we're good, then we're good.
Yeah.
And I can't change anything at a home inspection. Like, if the outlet doesn't work, it doesn't work. If something's not the code, it's not the code. I can't, just because I'm there, I'm not going to fix it.
Yeah.
Could I be there and have a little better idea of what a problem is? Potentially, but I've seen so many home inspection reports now, and I've dealt with that so many times that, to me, going and spending that time is a complete waste of time for me, in the sense that I trust the home inspector. He's going to do his job. Like, same thing with the appraiser. I'll let the appraiser go do their job. I trust that they can get the job done without me babysitting or holding their hand. Like, to me, it's just micromanaging, and I try not to micromanage, just because, one, I'm too busy, and two, I just look at it like, you put the people in place that can do the job, and you just train and trust that they can do it, and then they're good. Like, especially, like, I'm not going to tell an attorney or a home inspector or a lender how to do their job. I'm going to trust them. Hopefully they trust me on my end, just let me do my side of the deal, making sure I can kind of hold up my end of the bargain to make sure we get to the closing table. I think that's good, and especially your other career right now. You're probably very big on that with the updates, I'd assume, because you're still in client service business.
Oh, big on, yeah. So follow-up is my strong suit right now, although sometimes I do struggle just with balancing my schedule because I'm doing so much stuff right now. Tomorrow I'm getting nominated onto the zoning board. So.
Oh, you are? Did you get that?
The mayor said he's gonna nominate me, and I assume that's it. I honestly don't know. We'll find out when I go.
Did you have to go the other day to the meeting?
No, because I just met with the mayor yesterday, or Monday. But anyway, so I'm getting on the zoning board too. But so I don't have a whole lot of time, and I found that I'm getting a little forgetful.
How come you want to be on the zoning board?
I thought.
I don't think I've ever asked you
no
this.
No one believes me when I say this, but I thought it would be interesting. And I mean, it never crossed my mind until Meg got on it, and there was an open spot, and she messaged me, and she's like, hey, you want to be on the zoning board? And I was like, that'd be cool.
It sounds like a Meg,
totally.
like just straight to the chase.
Yeah.
You want to be on it?
Yeah.
Sure.
But I figured, I like this area, and I want it to grow and improve, and I think that the zoning board is the keystone to that. You can't make any kind of changes, really, to the area without the zoning board being involved, and I think
it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, if nothing else, it's a good learning experience for you.
That's what I told when I met with Joe McMahon, and he was like, this is not going to be interesting. And I know it's not going to be exciting, and people will probably be mad at me for not, for political things. But at the end of the day, I just want to go in and make this city better, and that's So.
Do an Ellie small part. Local matters.
Yeah, local matters.
Actually, shout out to Meg. She helped me with that shelf, and it looks dope. Looks dope. Hannah, what's it look? Fire.
Looks fire.
Fire.
Yeah. Meg's the best. I like her.
1, 2, 3, 4. I had 5 people compliment it today. So 5 people saw this today, and all of them said it was like took their breath away. And then what did everybody say? Who made that? Who did that? Did you buy it? I think you all were like,
Hannah didn't believe you. Oh, no, Courtney.
I'm like, who? I'm like, I did. She's, no, but really, I'm like, no, I actually did. I did. I found the design I wanted, and I followed, like, it's almost like following a recipe book.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had it kind of laid out, so it wasn't like I didn't like completely come up with it. I'm definitely not at that level, but I did all the measuring, and I did all the assembly, and I did all the prep work with the boards and spray paint and everything else, and it looks cool. To be honest, my office was very bare looking, and now it's just added a little bit of like substance to the office.
It's quirky.
And it's quirky and it's functional.
Yeah.
Because now I can store stuff, because that's the one thing I lack. So anybody that's in my office, there's a lot of boxes on the floor that are slowly going to be filtered through and then put up there. Remember when we first came and we were assembling everything, and like what a disaster this was?
Yeah.
And it doesn't look much better.
No,
it's getting, like, to me it feels like I'm getting there.
It's a homey mess instead of a just moved alien.
But
mess.
you know what the real thing is though, nobody comes in. Who comes to my office besides people that work here or my friends? Or like people on the podcast, and I don't care.
Have you ever had a client in here?
No, never.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, yeah, they wouldn't be a client after. This is how you
Ellie. No, it's not that. It's really not that bad, folks. Like I wish Hannah might be able to like loop around at the board,
but it's dirty.
It's
just messy, and there's a difference.
It's controlled chaos.
Yes.
It's
kind of.
Well, it's not like once all the stuff off the couch goes up there, once all this stuff gets sorted, and I'm gonna put some shelving there, and that gets all like. If this is all gone, and I finally get a big boy desk, it's gonna look really cool, and I'm gonna actually build a new bookshelf because that one no longer really fits. And I'm gonna make it smaller.
Make it the same stain. Or do you mean fit like?
I'm gonna stain it the same so it matches, but I'm gonna probably put it either right under the boards or at an angle, like where that is, but lower, and then extend it to the wall.
So are you gonna keep that bookshelf, or are you gonna put the book somewhere else?
Put the book on the new bookshelf. Books
on
on the new
Are you
bookshelf.
gonna just do a bookshelf the same length but underneath it? Basically like more shelving.
That would be cool, but I don't know if I'll have the space for it, or if I want to. I kind of like the idea that it's up like that and there's nothing under. But again, I want to make it functional, so maybe I will.
Do you need another shelf though?
No.
If you have shelving in there and
There
you put
will.
all those, you won't need it?
Well, the books aren't going to go up on that rack. They're going to be on a bookshelf, which is going to build the bookshelf lower all the way and then stack all the books there, so that basically that top shelf right there is going to go down. Like take off the top shelf, it's going to be like just below that, and it's going to extend out, which will be about the same amount of shelf space, just different diameter and different dimensions. but it'll look cool. And I'm thinking about putting shelves up above the whiteboards,
Yeah, I was
which is
gonna
also gonna
suggest that.
be, it'll be high, but it'll allow me to put like the boxes up there, stuff that I know I don't necessarily have to get to all the time.
You could also put decorative stuff up there and pointing at the window. That's a full shelf.
Yeah,
You could put pretty stuff up there, like dead plants
I
and
was gonna say, Ellie, you saw my plant. That's probably not gonna happen, but
your collection.
I'm looking at trying to get this like a very functional office, meaning I can come in here and it's got everything I need. And there's just like a bunch of stuff and it has space and it's like stuff's off the ground. This table's gonna be shifted over once it's all said and done. All this stuff's gonna be gone, so this will be slid over, so there'll be more space here, which will be cool. And because I don't think I'm ever really gonna have a fourth chair for here. Even though there's 4 mics, I can always just grab a
You
chair.
have to perch on the table like an owl.
Or they can do that. All right, so I think that's it. I just wanted to just brag about my craftsmanship.
That no one can see.
Nobody can
You'll
see.
take a video and put it on
We'll take a picture and we'll.
Once it's done.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
the
it's
problem.
like, not now.
So then I just threw stuff up and everybody's like, the shelves look so good, but why do you have all that stuff? I'm like, okay guys, you guys can decorate however you want. I just wanted the shelf for some storage. And then I have my top shelf. Sorry, you guys can't see.
It's Grey Goose.
Thanks, just ruin the. I was gonna let their minds wander. Okay, so anything else you want to talk about?
No.
We good ending there.
Office
I
quote.
was gonna say office quote.
You first.
This is where I gotta like really start prepping because we always get here and I like watch The Office during the week, not all the time, but like would be on the background noise. So I usually go with the last episode I saw and I just do something from that
Do you
episode.
want to do office trivia? I have one for you.
Give me office trivia,
What
sorry,
is-
because maybe I'll come with the quote by the end of the office trivia.
What is Pam's favorite yogurt?
Chobani?
Miss Berry.
But from Chobani.
No.
That's the Chobani was the.
It's not. It wasn't a Chobani. They're the tall ones. The Yoplait ones.
When'd you
God,
say that?
Do you even like the
When did you
Office?
say that? When they did the
Yes.
Office Olympics.
Yeah.
Those were Chobanis.
Those were not Chobanis. Those were tiny Yoplait lids. Have you seen Pam eating yogurt? Do you even know? Do you know who Pam is?
Pam's the Indian lady in the annex, right?
Dwight.
Wow. Yeah, no, God, I'm bad. No, I did not know that. Is it really mixed berry? Did she
Yeah.
say that?
Yeah, because no, Jim actually said it. He knows what her favorite. And then Pam goes, he said that? God, he's really got me.
Oh, office
Remember
trivia
that?
question.
Huh.
What and how many of an item did Jim and Pam buy when Kevin found out they may or may not have
69
cancer?
cup of noodles. That's not even a hard question.
All right, what's your quote? Ellie just threw me in the mud and smashed my face down into it and just like stomped.
All right, I'm just gonna preface this with I'm gonna swear. I'm the fucking lizard king. Robert California said that.
Actually, you know
tried
what's,
to mess with him.
you know what's funny is like they didn't swear at all on the show until
Until
like that point. And I remember that happened. I was like, all right.
I love
It
his
must have been
character,
switched to
but
like a
it's
9:30
so
time slot.
weird.
Okay. Least favorite Office character of all time. Who's your least favorite? There's some I hate, but least
I
favorite.
don't know if I hate
Robert
him.
California was not one of my favorites, but it definitely was my favorite. It wasn't my least favorite.
I liked him, but it was when he went, it was time for him to go.
It was bad.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a least favorite, like of relatively like
Like
more than
relatively
one appearance.
active, not
Nelly.
like
I don't like Nelly. She's annoying and kind of
Oh,
gross.
okay. Now, yeah, Nelly or Jan, they're both bad.
But Jan is like comical. I thought Nelly was just annoying. I didn't like her. I didn't think she was funny.
True.
'Cause she was British.
My least favorite is Gabe.
I love Gabe.
I can't stand Gabe. Can't stand him.
I got it for you.
He's just like
I'm wearing your
He's like-
sweater.
He looks
Ew,
like he-
Gabe, that's disgusting.
he looks like he should work in a funeral home or something. Like he just was like,
Frankenstein?
no. Have you
You
ever,
like all songs?
wait, do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, Gabe.
Yeah.
He's like the skeleton. He's like really tall and thin and
He dated the redhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Kelly gives him a hug and she goes, ew! And he's like, okay, you didn't have to say that.
what's Aaron's real name?
In the
Not the actress,
Kelly.
but yeah, her name's Kelly Aaron.
Yeah.
Because I did actually just watch that when Charles was like, Kelly, come in here, and she's like, yes, Charles. No, I met that Kelly.
You know my middle name is Bamaganda, and I hate it.
Propaganda. Oh,
I don't know if
God.
that's right.
No, I think you're right. It's something weird like that. Okay. All right, enough of that. We're done. This is it. Episode 35. See you next week, folks.
No, it's Rajanaganda.
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 What-
Rajanaganda.
what did
I
they-
hate it.
Did they?